Yeah. So good afternoon, all. Yesterday we have completed the part one, okay, like a block one, and today we'll see the um, second block unit is 6th to 10th unit. We'll see for today. So once again, good afternoon, one and all. Okay, we'll start our class here. The one who is attending online, please take the screenshot of the PPT. It will be very helpful for your exams and additional knowledge purpose. Okay, so the second block or block two, written communication, negotiating meaning as readers. Negotiating meaning as readers refers to the inactive and not inactive, interactive and cognitive process. Negotiating meaning as readers refers to the interactive and cognitive process by which readers actively construct understanding while engaging with a text. This involves making sense of words, sentence. It means you can understand what is the meaning here. This involves making sense of words, sentences, and idea by drawing on prior knowledge, contextual clues, and textual features. Okay. Then what are the key aspects, okay, for the negotiating meaning as readers, okay, using prior knowledge. Prior knowledge is what knowledge already existed with you, okay. So based on the previous knowledge, we'll connect with the whatever we are going to learn, the what we are going to construct it based on our previous knowledge, okay, using prior knowledge. Readers brings their own experiences, previous experiences, whatever you have, that you will use cultural background where you have born and brought up and grown up. Okay, it also plays a crucial role. Okay, and knowledge to interpret the text. Okay, it's depend on your previous knowledge, experiences, and your background knowledge. Okay, and a cultural background, but depend on that, you will understand the text. Okay, you will interpret it. And contextual interpretation. Okay, words and phrases may have multiple meanings, so readers rely on context to infer intended meaning. Contextual, what in what context you are learning. Okay, questioning and clarifying. Active readers ask questions, reread passages, and seek clarification when encountering difficult or ambiguous sections. Okay, making inferences. Readers fill in gaps by making logical assumptions based on the given information. Okay, adjusting interpretation. Understand is not fixed. Readers may refine or change their interpretations and gain more information. Engaging in discussions. When reading in groups, okay, engaging in discussions, okay, when you, yeah, all right. So, meaning making as a reader, it's depend on like engaging in discussions. When reading in groups, okay, when some kind, when we participate in activities and all, meaning is negotiated through conversations, debates, okay, and different perspectives. Next, we'll see that was about the meaning making of reader and all. Then we'll see in the block 2, unit 6, that is the world in print, what we read and why. Okay, the world in print can refers to the way printed. Okay, the world in print can refer to the way printed text, such as books, newspapers, and other written materials, shape, reflect, and communicate ideas about the world. Okay, it highlights the role of print culture in spreading knowledge, influencing societies, and preserving historical and cultural narratives. Okay, world in print. Okay, what we read in daily basis, articles we read newspapers, we read books, we read advertisement, many things we read. Okay, actually it influences society. Okay, what our previous our ancestors were, how did they live, what sort of obstacles they have, what sort of beautiful like life, enjoyable life. Okay, without diseases. Diseases might have been there, but not like us. We are falling easily sick. Okay, because of we are using a lot of though we are consciously using a lot of chemicals and all. Okay, and their literature, okay, their culture and all societies, and preserving historical and cultural narratives. Okay, the key themes of the world in print. Okay, disseminating of knowledge. Printed materials have been instrumental in spreading scientific discoveries, philosophical ideas, and cultural stories across time and space. Okay, time and space will actually speak in the what I can say. It's a big topic to. It's a huge topic to discuss here. Okay, I will discuss it later. Okay, and cultural and political influences, books, newspapers. Okay, and pamphlets have played a role in revolutions, social movements, and the shaping of national identities. And next, global communication. Print media allows for cross-cultural exchange, enabling people from different regions to learn about one another experiences and perspectives. Okay, you can understand, need not to explain. Okay, disseminating of knowledge. Okay, print media allow us to spread the knowledge and scientific discoveries. Okay, cultural and political influences, books, newspaper, pamphlets played a great role to see how actually our Indian dress and all, how we learned how by seeing, and we read the literature of the English people, and we started following their food, their culture, their dress style, whatever we are following each and everything. Okay, only because of the print media come and they ruled also. Okay, global communication. Next, we'll see print media allows for cross-cultural exchange. Now only I told cross-cultural exchange, enabling people from different regions to learn about one another experiences and perspectives. Historical preservation. Okay, print serves as a record of human thought, perceiving history, literature, and artistic expressions. Okay, literacy and education. The availability of print materials has been crucial in promoting literacy, education, and access to information. Okay, nowadays we are able to actually uh, uh, meet each other online, and we could share our information. But in previous days before COVID, I can say we used to we though we had Google and other search engines, we used to depend a lot on these print materials. Okay, to promote literacy, education, and all. But gradually we are using Chat GPT and all. We are enough fortunate, or I don't know, enough unfortunate, I could say, but we are able to read each and everything over online. Okay, in a smart way. But in previous days, literacy and education we used to have only offline, right? What is next? We'll see what is reading. Okay, Reading is the process of interpreting and understanding a written or printed language. It involves recognizing words, phrases, and sentences while making sense of their meaning within. See, you try to take the screenshot of all the PPTs and all. As we have a shortage of time, just I'll read wherever it requires. I'll try to explain. Otherwise, you can understand, right? Okay. Reading is the process of interpreting and understanding written or printed language. It involves recognizing words, phrases, and sentences while making sense of their meaning within a given context. Reading is both cognitive and linguistic activity that allows individual to acquire knowledge, communicate ideas, and engage with different forms of text. Key aspects of reading: decoding, identifying letters, words, and symbols, and translating them into meaningful language. Okay. In next class, if possible, I'll come up with some kind of illustrations or images so we can understand what is coding, decoding. Okay. So who is the sender and who is the receiver, and what is information, what is the message. Okay. That we'll see. All right. uh, Decoding, identifying letters, words, and symbols, and translating them into meaningful language. Okay, next, comprehension, like understanding the meaning of the text by making connections, drawing inferences, and analyzing information. Fluency, reading smoothly with proper speed, accuracy, and expressions. Okay, that is the fluency. And critical thinking, evaluating and interpreting text to form opinions, solve problems, or gain deeper insights. Next, engagement, interacting with the text emotionally, intellectually, or creatively. Okay, then we'll see types of reading. Okay, skimming. Okay, we'll see it briefly. Skimming, that is quickly going through a text to get a general idea. Scanning, looking for specific information like dates or keywords. Now you understood. Okay. Intensive reading, reading carefully for deep understanding, often used in academic setting. Next, extensive reading, reading longer text for pleasure or broad knowledge. Okay, so we'll see one by one. Okay, what is skimming? Please pay much attention because it's very, very important. Okay, I'll make it quite bigger so you can see it. Uh, this is it. Okay. Um, okay. Skimming. Skimming, reading for a general idea. Okay, definition we'll see. Skimming is a fast reading technique. These are the reading techniques we can also call. Skimming is a fast reading technique used to get a broad understanding of a text without focusing on details. It is often used when time is limited or when previewing material. Okay, how to skim effectively? Read the title, heading, and the subheadings to give an overview. You will understand by reading title, okay, and some headings or subtitles. Okay, look at bolder or italicized words for key terms. Okay, read the first and last sentences of paragraphs for their main ideas. Pay attention to any bullet points or summaries or um, graphics. Okay, examples of skimming. If you are skimming a newspaper article about climate change, you might read the headlines, subheadings, and a few a key sentences to grasp overall argument without analyzing every detail. Okay, then we'll see scanning. Scanning, searching for specific information. Okay, scanning involves, let me make it right. Yeah. Yeah. Scanning is searching for specific information. Scanning involves moving your eyes quickly over a text to locate specific information such as dates, names, figures, or key terms without reading everything. For example, I gave you a handout and asked you to find the date 11 and 15 and 92. Then what you will do, you won't go line by line in the page which I have given. Okay, what you will do, you will just search where is the 11, okay, and where is the 92, and where is the 13, or whatever the number. That is scanning. You will just scan. Okay, how to scan effectively? Know what you are looking for. First, you should have the particular idea about what you have to find. Okay. If I gave telephone directory and asked you to find the phone number of Bombay or Mumbai, Kolkata, then you won't search directly. You will see dictionaries also. If I asked you to search the word Calcutta, then definitely, or some words like a discount or honor or truth, whatever, immediately you will open the dictionary and you will search for that word. Okay, so here example, a particular word or phrase or number. Okay, let your eyes move quickly over the text looking for keywords or symbols. Use indexes, tables of contents or bullet points to navigate quickly. Okay, examples of scanning. if you are searching for if you are searching for a flight time in a schedule or looking for a definition in a textbook, you would scan for the relevant numbers, bolded terms or section heading instead of reading every word. Okay, then yes, just a minute. Yes. And we'll see what is intensive and extensive reading. Okay. Intensive reading for deep understanding of the text. Okay. Intensive reading is a detailed, focused reading approach used to analyze a text thoroughly. This method is common in academic setting and language learning, where comprehension and critical thinking are important. How to read intensively? Read every word carefully and try to understand the meaning. Take notes, underline important points, or highlight key ideas. Look up unfamiliar words or concepts. Analyze the author's arguments, structures, and style. Example of intensive reading: a student preparing for an exam might read a history book carefully, making notes about key events, dates, and interpretation of ensure to full comprehension. Okay. Yes. So, extensive reading, reading for pleasure and knowledge. Definition: extensive reading involves reading long text for enjoyment or to gain broad knowledge rather than for detailed analysis. These types of reading help improve fluency and vocabulary naturally. How to read extensively? Choose book, article, or materials um, that interest to you. Read without stopping too often to look up words. Focus on overall meaning. Enjoy the flow of the story or information without worrying about every detail. Examples of extensive reading: reading a novel, magazine, or online blog for entertainment or general knowledge without focusing on every single word phrases. Okay. Yeah. Just a minute. I'll be back. Yeah, sorry for the inconvenience. So we are talking about the extensive reading. Extensive reading involves reading. Extensive reading involves reading long text for enjoyment or gain broad knowledge rather than for detailed analysis of a text. Okay. These types of reading helps. Okay. These types of reading helps improve fluency and vocabulary naturally. Okay. Examples of extensive reading: reading a novel, magazine, or online blog for entertainment or general knowledge without focusing on every single word or phrase. Okay. Then we'll see what do we read. Okay. Reading is a fundamental skill that allows us to access information, communicate, and engage with different ideas. We read a variety of materials depending on our needs. Just a minute. Yeah. So, what do we read? Okay. Reading is a fundamental skill that allows us to access information, communicate, and engage with different ideas. We read a variety of materials depending on our needs, interest, and purpose. Below are the different types of reading materials. Okay, you know well books, fiction, and non-fiction. Okay, what are fiction? Fiction, which is real, novel, short stories. Okay, poetry. Okay, example I gave. Whatever. Okay, Harry Potter or Pride and Prejudice. Okay, and the non-fiction are like biographies, self. Okay. Um, Fiction is which is not real and okay. Non-fiction is biographies and self help books and history, sciences, example, The Power of Habit and other books I gave. Okay. And why we read books? For entertainment, knowledge, and education to improve vocabulary and comprehension. Okay. And in All right. Yeah, newspaper, magazines, and online contents, okay, or online content or social media, okay. And why we read online contents? For the updates, okay, discussions and entertainment, okay, to learn and interact with the others, okay. You know how we interact over social media, okay, Facebook or WhatsApp or many things these days. So we are using as very different apps, okay. I don't remember. Most of us won't use this Twitter, so-called X, but we most of the people use Instagram and all. Okay, yeah, and academic and professional documents, okay, research papers and journals and reports and case studies, okay, manuals and guides, okay. Why we read these documents? For academic research and career development. As now you are in the MA final year, you may go for research. When you do research, you have to have review of literature, so you will read a lot of, okay, case studies, manuals, guides, reports, many things you need to read, okay. And to understand the process and the instructions, okay. And we also read signs and symbols, street signs and billboards, okay, road instructions and advertisement, labels and menus, food packing, restaurant menus, and maps and directions, travel guides, Google Maps and instruction. Why we read these? To navigate and make informed decisions for safety and convenience. Okay. Let's see. Um, we try to take all these screenshots because I have to make little bit faster because we have very less time. All right. Yeah, we also read emails and messages, letters, personal and professional emails, the text messages and short conversations, WhatsApp Messenger and all handwritten or digital letters. Why do we read all these things? Okay, to communicate with others, subtitles and captions. Okay, and yes, and why do we read? Reading is an yeah. Reading is an essential activity that reading is an essential activity that serve multiple purposes in our daily lives. People read for different reasons depending on their needs, interests, and goals. Below are some the main reasons why do we read: to gain knowledge, okay, to gain knowledge and to learn new things, okay. Reading expands our Reading expands our understanding of different subjects like history, science, philosophy, and culture, and also textbooks, research papers, and educational blogs help us to acquire new skills and expertise. Okay, example. A student read a biology book to learn about the human body for entertainment and enjoyment. Novel, short stories, poetry, and comic provide relaxation and escape from reality. Fictional stories take us to different worlds, making us feel emotions and experiences beyond our own. Okay, and next we'll see to stay informed, newspapers and new habits, okay, and magazines to improve communication and language skills, okay, and for personal growth and inspiration, self-help books and motivational speeches and biographies inspire personal development. Reading stories of successful people encourages us to set our goals and improve our lives. So, if you are seeing this video, please tell me which book actually, uh, what I can say, inspires you and why. Okay. So for me, The Wings of Fire, I always adore the book. I always love that book to read again and again. And whenever I read that book, no, I become emotional. So please, you can message me in as we are not no one joined here. If you are joining through what we call YouTube link or you through YouTube, please message over there to improve communication language. Okay, and for personal growth and inspiration. All right, and to think critically and analyze information. Okay, yeah. To think critically and analyze information. Reading helps us question ideas, form opinions, and engage in discussions. It allows us to differentiate facts from many misinformation. Okay, to connect with others and understand different perspectives. Reading stories from different culture backgrounds and experiences foster empathy. It helps us to relate to people with the different viewpoints and lifestyles. Okay, for critical thinking. Yes, to think critically and analyze information, okay, to connect with others and understanding different perspectives for practical purposes, okay. And yeah, types of text. So we have narrative text, okay, that you can understand novel, short stories, okay, folk tales and fairy tales, biographies and autobiographies. Okay, I gave examples also. Okay, the purpose of narrative text are to entertain or engage or tell a story, features, characters, settings, plot, conflict resolution, dialogues, and all. With offline students, actually, I've discussed it. Okay, easy to understand. In that way, I prepared the PPT. Next, descriptive text, painting a picture. Okay, to describe a person's place, object, or event in detail. Okay, features, sensory details, sight, sound, touch, taste, smell, figurative language, similes and metaphors and all. Okay, and travel blogs, character description in novels, and poetry, that is daffodils by William Wordsworth, and persuasive text, that is convincing. Okay, to persuade, argue, or to convince the reader. Okay, features opinion, strong arguments, rhetorical questions, evidence, emotional appeal. Okay, advertisements. Okay, buy one get one free and all. Political speeches, Martin Luther King and all. Opinion articles that you can see here. Okay, why climate change require urgent action and all. Okay, and instructional or procedural steps, step-by-step guides. Purpose to provide instructions. Okay, argumentative text, that is debating. To present an argument, support it with evidence and counter opposing views. Okay, feature. Logical reasoning, strong evidences, counter arguments, persuasive tones, okay, debates and research paper, legal arguments, and editorial and all. Okay, next, poetic text, expressing feelings. The purpose to evoke emotions and create imagery or express deep thoughts, and features rhyme and metaphors, symbolism and stanzas. Okay, um, and dialogues and conversational texts, that speaking in writing, to present speaking language in a written form, and informal and everyday text, daily reading for daily communication and practical uses. Okay, emails and social media like Instagram captions and tweets, street signs, stop and no parking and all menus, that okay, but we see it in a restaurant and all. Okay, then we'll move on to the unit 7. The active reader way of finding layers of meaning in text. Okay, active reading is an engaged and focused approach to reading, where the reader interacts with the text to improve comprehension, retention, and the critical thinking instead of passively observing words. And active reader questions, analyze, and connects the information while reading. The key features of active reading is pre-reading preparation, skimming the text, checking headings, and predicting contents, questioning, asking what is the main idea, how does the this relate to what I know. Okay, annotating and highlighting. Okay, understanding the key points, writing notes, and marking important ideas, making connections, relating the text to personal experiences, other books, or real world events, critical thinking, evaluating the author's arguments, and identifying uh, the biases. Okay, you can take the screenshot if you want. Then, factors affecting reading. Reading is influenced by multiple factors that affect a person's ability to understand, process, and engage with a text. This factor can also divided into internal, that is personal factors, and external environment factors. Okay. Um, cognitive abilities, thinking and processing skills, memory capacity, attention span, critical thinking skills, speed of information processing. Example, a student with a strong memory can recall detail from a book more easily. Okay. And language proficiency. Yeah, all right. Yes. Language proficiency and vocabulary, understanding of grammar and sentence structure, ability to decode and pronounce words, fluency in the language being read. Example, a beginner in English may struggle with advanced vocabulary in a novel. Okay, motivation and interest, personal interest in the topic, curiosity and willingness to learn, enjoyment of reading. Example, a person interested in the science fiction will be find it to easier to focus on the scientific novels. Okay. Next, background knowledge. That is prior knowledge. Familiarity with the topic being read, experience with similar text, ability to connect new information to existing knowledge. A student reading about the World War II will understand better if they have studied history before, right? Emotional and mental state. Okay, all right. Yeah. Uh, Emotional and mental state, stress, anxiety, or pressure, confidence in reading skills, mood and overall mental well being. Example, a stressed student may struggle to focus on reading before an exam. Physical health and abilities, vision problem, blurry vision, and eye strain. Hearing problems, if listening to an audiobook, fatigue, or illness. Okay, a child with undiagnosed dyslexia may find reading difficult and frustrating. Okay. All right, not a problem. Ah, external environment factors. These are external conditions that influences reading ability. And comprehension, reading environment, noise level, it should be quiet versus noisy place. Okay, light, bright versus dim. Okay, there should be external, there should be proper light, there shouldn't be noise, and he or she should feel comfort. Okay, proper sitting posture and all. Example, reading in a quiet library is easier than noisy classroom. If the noise and light come, if you are feeling comfort there, then the better understanding of the reading. And text difficulty. Okay, complexity. Yes. So here, the external factors, okay, that is environmental, okay. These are external conditions that influence reading ability and comprehension. Reading environment, noise level, lighting, comfort, and all. Okay, text difficulty and complexity, length of the text, use of complex vocabulary, that is jargons. Oh yeah, they mentioned jargon. Sentence structure and organization. Okay, a novel with long, complex sentences may be harder. Yeah, we feel bored. Okay, to read or complete a novel or a particular text. Okay, access to reading materials, availability of books, ebooks, and online resources, exposure to different types of reading materials. Example, a child with a okay, that example you can understand seeing here. Teaching methods, okay, and reading strategies. The quality of reading instruction at school, okay, use of effective reading strategies, that is skimming, scanning, and summarizing, teachers guidance and support, okay, and the family and the social support. Okay, parents reading children at a young age, encouragement from teacher and peers, participation in book clubs or reading groups. Children who parents, okay, read bedtime stories to often develop strong reading skills. Oh, but nowadays, what we are doing instead of reading, we are using mobile. So even our children also doing the same. So in bedtime or whenever, if you read the book in your home, then definitely your children follow that. Okay. All right. And next, we'll see the Unit 8 major text type, text structure as a guide to meaning. Okay, difference between fact, opinion, and inference. Fact. A fact is a fact is a statement that can be proven be true or false based on evidence, research, or observation facts. Okay. A fact is a statement that can be proven to be true or false based on evidence, research, or observation. Facts are objective and do not depend on personal beliefs or emotions. They can be verified through source like scientific studies, historical records, or statistics. Example, the earth orbit, okay, the sun, whatever, okay. And opinion, an opinion is a personal belief, feeling, or judgment that can be proven true or false. Opinion are subjective, can vary from person to person. They often include word like I think, I believe, best, worst, should, or in my opinion. Example, chocolate is the best ice cream flavor. Okay. Chocolate is the best ice cream flavor. Okay, it's depends on the preferences. An inference is a conclusion drawn from the evidence and reasoning rather than something that is directly started. It is an educated guess. It's a kind of inference in the sense, it's a kind of hypothesis. It's a educated guess, okay, based on the observation or prior knowledge. Inferences are not always 100% certain, but the logical interpretations of information, right? Examples are there. You can read and you can understand, right? Then we'll see the unit 9, the psycholinguistic process, the abilities of the good reader. Psycholinguistics, the study of language and mind. Okay, psycholinguistics is the scientific study of how the human mind process understanding procedure and acquires knowledge. It combines psychology and linguistic to explore how people use language, communication, and thought. Okay, and what is the key areas of psycholinguistics? Okay, we'll see here. Right. Yes. Yes. Mm. The areas of psycholinguistics, language acquisition, how children learn the language. Okay, first language. Okay, to learn first language, we need to pay attention and all. For mother tongue, uh, uh, we need not to pay any efforts. We learn unconsciously. Okay, we learn without any efforts and all. Okay, how adults learn a second language, the role of memory, imitation and reinforcement in learning language, language comprehension, how the brain understands spoken and written languages, how people recognize words, sentences, and meaning, the efforts of context on understanding words, language production, how the brain forms sentence before the speaking or writing. Okay, how errors like slips okay of the tongue or occur, the mental process behind the choosing words. Okay, see, you could have joined classes, no, we could have enjoyed, but it's a monotonous. Okay, neurolinguistic, how the brain control language function, the role of different brain areas in language, example, Broca's and Wernicke's areas. Okay, how brain injuries affect the language. Okay, that is cognitive process in language. Okay, cognitive process in language, how memory helps in storing and retrieving words, how attention and perception affect the language understanding, the relationship between thinking and language. Okay, eye movement photography. Eye movement photography is a technique used to track and analyze the movement of a person's eye while they are reading, viewing an image, or observing a scene. It is commonly used in psycholinguistic and neuroscience, marketing, and cognitive psychology to understand how people process visual information. How it works, eye tracking devices, fixation, and other things. Okay, shades. Okay, and pupil delineation. Okay, and why is miscue analysis important? Help teacher to understand how readers make sense of words and identify strength and weaknesses in reading. Strategies focuses on meaning making rather than just errors. Guides teaching strategies for struggling readers. Miscue analysis, understanding reading errors. Miscue analysis is a method used in reading research and education to try to study the errors. Okay, the readers make while reading loud. It helps teacher and researcher to understand how reader process language to construct the meaning of the text. What is miscue? A miscue is the deviation from the actual text. When a person reads loud, it's not just mistake, but the indicator of how reader understand the interprets the text. Miscue analysis examines why and how changes happen. Okay, here substitutions, omissions. Okay, we replace the word. Example I given here, replacing the word with another word. In the text, the cat ran across the street. Reader says the cat ran across the road. Okay, so here he or she substituted the cat ran across the street. So he or she, they may commit mistake or we may commit mistake. Instead street, we simply say road. Okay, omission, we leave some words. Okay, insertions, that adding extra words. The example I gave here, the boy played outside. Here they may say read, the little boy played outside, like that. Okay, repetitions, lot of repetitions, and self corrections. Yeah, what is that? Yes, okay, self corrections and all, and faulty reading habits. That is a common faulty reading habits, that sub-vocalization. Okay, it shows reading speed. Okay, solution is use a pointer like a pen to move faster. Okay, this when read silently, reading, reading by word, reading by word by word reading, reasoning each word separately instead of grasping phrases or chunks of text. Okay, problem slows down the comprehension and flow. Practice reading paragraphs of words at a time rather than individual works. Finger or pen pointing will read while reading. We use our finger or pen, whatever. Then we'll see these perspectives on the teaching of reading. What is assessment? Okay, the types of assessment: formative assessment, ongoing assessment, summative assessment, a final evaluation. Okay, the purpose of formative assessment is help to learn. Summative, see, it helps to learn, improve the identifying areas of growth. Okay, explain quiz, classroom discussions, and assignments, peer reviews. Okay, diagnostic test to know the problem. Okay, then the performance based stage, evaluate the practical skills. Okay, through the real world tasks, purposes, and here, diagnosis, a pre-assessment that identifies prior knowledge, skill, and learning gaps. Okay, and examples: pre-test and the surveys and all, and the performance-based test evaluate the practical skills through the real-world tasks, assesses ability to apply knowledge in practical situation, and self-assessment. Learners evaluate their own progress and performance. Peer assessment. Students are challenge uh, evaluate peer assessment definition. The and self-assessment. Okay, learners evaluate their own progress and performances. Purpose, encourage reflections and personal growth. Example: self-reflection, reflections, journals, rating scales, and goal setting. Peer assessment definition: student or colleagues evaluate each others. Okay. Purpose, encourage critical thinking and collaboration. Example: peer reviews and group feedback sessions and all. Okay, and why assessment is important? Help measure learning and skill development. Okay, and identify strength and areas for improvement, guide educators, employees, and individual making informed decisions, motivates learn by showing their progress. With this, we have completed the block 2 and 10 units we have completed. Thank you so much, all of you. Okay, have a great day.